Hey guys, a quick update for my Dance of Knife stroke in Season 10. I have now transitioned into the Poison variant, and this one runs much smoother than the Alchemist Dancer variant in this season. So the starter build that you saw in my latest two videos is mainly for the mid game and early end game, but this variant here with the poison traps is much better for the end game. So here I can now easily farm Torment Tier 4 Infernal Hordes, and yeah, also Bartok, the boss, is no problem at all, just because we have much more single target DPS. And yeah, that's the new concept for Dance of Knives in this season if you also want to achieve the highest amount of damage. So it works that here we also deal damage not through Dance of Knives skill itself, but mainly through the poison traps. They have many synergies this season, especially. For example, the new chaos perks also increase our core skill damage by a lot, and we can make that our poison traps are also considered as core skills, very similarly to the death trap build for rogue. And yeah, it just works out very well. So here the main idea is that we infuse our Dance of Knives with poison imbuement. So instead of shadow imbuement, we now change to poison, and then we have an aspect called Bursting Venoms, and this combination will allow us to deploy automatically the poison traps every time we hit enemies with our poison imbued Dance of Knives. And yeah, then the main damage just comes from this poison trap. So we have burst damage, so you can see they also explode immediately, and then of course they also stay on the ground for like 3 seconds. So we have a combination of damage over time from the poison itself, but also the burst damage, or the burst amount is the main portion of the damage in total. And yeah, this just leads into this very nice combination of AoE damage, single target damage, immediately burst damage, and everything like that. So yeah, very solid build. It's not difficult to execute. You just hold down one button, and basically you have to activate some, or you can activate some combinations from time to time, but it's not really necessary. Here you can also see, by the way, we have over 3k ether, so with this build it's very easy to achieve such high ether amounts, just because we have very good AoE damage here. And you will see now that Bartok also is no problem at all. This is the boss you want to farm the most this season, because he drops all of the chaos armor, and our single target DPS is very good with this build now. Before I go into the game, I can also quickly show you one pit run. So here you can see I'm able to also speed run pit 80s, and here I also have enabled the damage numbers, so you can see or get the rough idea of the damage here. And yeah, it just also goes very well. We can basically speed run 2 minutes, sometimes a bit faster, depends on the layout as always and how much backtracking you have in the pits. I still can't, it's a miracle to me that we still have backtracking in pits actually, but whatever. But yeah, so for me the poison trap variant is a lot of fun and a nice addition to the to the Dance of Knives variant in general. Also, the transition is not too difficult, so you just need 2 unique items, 3 items maybe if you want to go for the best variant, but 2 uniques are already enough, and then you also need like 2 aspects, and then you can actually transition into this build. So yeah, as you can see, very good progress here. I can jump to the boss now, and here we even have a very tanky one with the drowned Seahawk. But also this one will basically die in 1 rotation most of the time. And then we had this 2 minutes pit run. And yeah, pit runs are also very good for glyphs obviously, but also to farm some oboes, which you can trade for even some chaos armor sometimes. So yeah, also very good pit speed farmer. Okay guys, before we go over the gear, I have one request for the new viewers on my channel. As you can see here, I'm very close to 10k subs, and this would be a really nice waypoint in my YouTube career so far. So please consider subscribing to this channel if you are new on this channel here, and also enjoy raw content and Diablo 4. That would really help me out, thanks for that. And yeah, let's go back to the video. I will quickly go over the gear first, so you can get an idea of what you can expect from similar gear. or what kind of items you should seek out for in the season. And then we can discuss them a bit in a more detailed way. So also one question I get a lot is, when is the perfect timing for transitioning to this build or also to this variant? So in my Mobilitics guide, you can see that I have very many different setups and variants here. So in my latest video, I discussed the Alchemist mid-game variant, which is also very good just as a starter build in the season. But at some point, it is recommended to transition to this poison variant. And here on the guide, you can also see the key items and requirements. So I would say the good timing for transitioning into this build is once you have achieved all of these requirements. And this is not too difficult to achieve. So we have some aspect of bursting venoms. I have it on my amulet, and this is what basically allows or enables this build. So bursting venom says that poison imbued skills have a chance to deploy poison trap. And the trick here is that poison imbuement together with Dance of Knives is a snapshotting mechanic. This means that as long as we continue to spin with Dance of Knives, the skill will stay poison imbued. And this is what allows us to basically spam the poison traps, and they are the main source of damage in this variant. So you for sure need bursting venoms aspect. Then we also have this contamination aspect. This makes poison traps burst for some amount of its damage and also increases our total poison damage. And this also leads into this very nice AoE damage. So we have damage over time with the poisoning, but also the burst amount of the damage is what actually is the major source of damage in this build. So you for sure need these two aspects. And then also Star Shards is very important just because it increases our lucky hit chance. We do not care about the damage itself, but we just generate more Dance of Knives or shatters of Dance of Knives. We create these shards, and they also have lucky hit chance, and they also can trigger poison poison trap with poison imbued skills. So for that reason also this aspect is very important. And then we have these two uniques, Scoundrel's Leathers and Fist of Fate. And somewhere here I also have written that instead of Fist of Fate you can use Bands of Icarus Rose. And in my case I have all three of them because of Chaos Armor. So I have Bands of Icarus Rose, which must be on the glove slot. But then we have Chaos Armor with Fist of Fate and Scoundrel's Leathers. This can variate. Here I was unlucky to have Fist of Fate on my helmet slot because I want to replace this at some point with Hair of Perdition. So I'm very close to this Mythic endgame variant. I already have found my Ring of Starless Skies, and then I want to have Hair of Perdition at some point. So for that reason, you should have Fist of Fate on something else than your helmet slot. But for now, it also just works fine. Only important thing is that you hit the lucky hit chance with a greater affix, because this is the only thing that we care about on Fist of Fate. We just want this huge lucky hit chance, and for that reason, you need to have a greater affix on that. Regardless which item slot you have it in. And Scoundrel's Leathers is on my boots slot in this case. And this is what makes our poison trap also considered as core skills. So for that reason you can see, for example, I have 11 ranks of poison trap because Ring of Starless Skies gives me +6 to core skills, and Scoundrel's Leathers just gives me a huge damage boost to poison trap this way. So for that reason, the moment when you should transition to this build is when you have your core aspects, Contamination, Bursting Venoms, Star Shards, and then you need also Scoundrel's Leathers, and either Bands of Icarus Rose or Fist of Fate, or you have both of them with Chaos Armor. So once you have all of that, so basically everything that is written here in this guide on Mobilitics, then it's a good starting point or a good point to transition into this variant here. And yeah, now I also want to go over the skill rotation very quickly. So how it works is, like I mentioned, you just have to poison imbue your Dance of Knives, and then you will automatically cast this poison traps. But some tips I can give you here is that you combine few skills together for better efficiency or to not interrupt your Dance of Knives spinning. So what I mean by that is every time you want to use dash, you should combine dash with poison imbuement. So in my case, I just push the Q button while I also push the button for dash. And the reason for that is that this way you will always ensure that your Dance of Knives skill will be poison imbued. And if you would not do this, then it will happen from time to time that you are not poison imbued anymore, as you can see here. And then this build doesn't work anymore because we do not cast poison traps. So always make sure to cast these two skills at the same time. And the same also goes to Poison Trap. You also want to cast Poison Trap every 8 to 10 seconds, or mainly when you encounter elite packs, because Poison Trap will also cast Death Trap from time to time. This is because of Scoundrel's Leathers. And Death Trap is very good for this build because it gives us more damage if you skill into Prime Death Trap. So now we will have 20% more damage with trap skills. It also pulls enemies together, and it gives us a damage bonus with the unique itself. So for that reason, you want to cast Poison Trap every 8 to 10 seconds. And here again, I can highly recommend you to use it together with your Poison Imbuement. So for that reason, you will also have you will also ensure that your Dance of Knives skill is always poison imbued. But be careful here. Do not cast Poison Trap too often, because then you will also drain your entire energy, as you can see here. So if I do it too much, then I have 0 energy. This is because of the Chaos perk, Power Siphon. This gives us huge damage bonus, but also drains 20 energy every time we cast a core skill. So for that reason, only use this every 8 to 10 seconds. And this way you ensure that you will only drop to 80 energy, and this is fine. 80 energy is fine, but 0 energy is not very good. So yeah, that was some last tips I could give you here. The rest of the skills in Paragon you should check out on my planner. Here I will always update this to the latest point. And yeah, I think that's it. So check out the check out the guide on Mobalytics as usual. And yeah, I hope you have fun with this build. It's a very fun and powerful build this season. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. I see you next one, and bye bye.